talk about on Mondays, the place where we make our money at work. And so today I want to talk about wellness in the workplace. Specifically, I want to talk today about fitness in the workplace. And the reason I want to talk about that is because there is a significant obesity issue in our country. Of course, we all are very much aware of that, but I just want to share with you some information regarding wellness and fitness in the workplace and how it impacts employers' bottom line. And I've presented on this in the past to various corporations, and it's always impressive of how many employers didn't realize how much they were spending on employees who were not well. And the truth of the matter is, healthy employees cost the employer less money than unhealthy employees. That is the truth. And no pun intended, of course, and not to cause any problems or ill feelings where our health is concerned, but that is indeed a fact. And Americans, we work a lot. We work a lot more than other countries. And I have a few statistics here that I just want to share with you regarding the extent to which we do work more than other countries. There was an international labor organization that conducted a study some years back, and they suggested that over 85% of American men and more than 66% of American women report that they work more than 40 hours a week. So not just that they work 40 hours a week, but they work more than 40 hours each week. Okay? So no big deal, right? Well, when you look at that, because remember I said more than 40, I didn't say whether it was 60 or 70, just more than 40. On average, Americans work about 130 hours more per year than employees in Japan. Not only do we spend that much more than the Japanese, Americans spend about 260 more hours per year than British employees, and nearly 500 more a week than French employees. Now, that excessive amount of hours that we're working here in our country, paired with the increased number of hours we spend on our computers and our virtual world sitting down every week, and the extent to which we rely on electronics and we rely on different devices and such for entertainment, it's no wonder that we are overweight as a nation. So I just wanted to share some of those statistics with you, and just to kind of get an idea as to what your thoughts were on those. And so that's something for you to just chew on here for a brief moment. Now, the United States Department of Health and Human Services suggests that nearly a third of the United States employees don't get enough exercise. And in addition, of course, at least 1/3 of us are living with obesity. And that doesn't include the number of Americans that are overweight. That's just the number of us that are dealing with obesity. My thoughts are that most of the people that are getting up and going through their daily routine don't realize the extent to which they're making unhealthy choices. In fact, most people that I've worked with on the issue of wellness are really, most of them think that they're doing the right thing, that they're making good choices because they're not intentionally living an unhealthy lifestyle. And we just live in a very busy world, and our workplace is busy, we're busy at home, and people are focusing on managing or juggling all the roles at home and all the different responsibilities at work, combined with all of the social obligations that people tend to commit to. And there's just a lot of demand for our adults these days and our children, because our children are very busy today as well with all of the various activities and organizations that they are involved in, academic and non-academic. Now, keep in mind that when I personally refer to wellness, I am referring to mental and physical and spiritual wellness, because I believe in treating the entire individual, in fact, the entire family. when possible. So today we're just going to focus on the fitness component, okay? So it's important that we focus on the fitness component because it is critical and it directly impacts basically every other aspect of our careers. And we're going to talk about that today. Now, we'll talk more about the mental health piece later, but today I just want to focus on the fitness piece. All right. And I want to talk about a lot of benefits of exercise and living a healthy lifestyle as it relates to our careers. All right. And, the first thing that we have to remember is that obesity in the workplace, it's a significant issue for employers. In fact, there was a study by Milken Institute that suggested that employers spend well over $400 billion a year for healthcare due to obesity-related illnesses among their employees. And this ends up resulting in over $1 trillion in lost money due to productivity. All right? So $1 trillion in lost productivity and $400 billion a year in healthcare costs. Those numbers are huge. That is significant. In fact, it's quite scary. So it is something that I believe we have to stop ignoring. All right. So with these numbers, it is critical that employees start to focus on and encourage a healthy workplace. And I have presented webinars and workshops and such and multiple employers, virtually and in person, over the years that have suggested this. And I'm noticing now that the world is starting to catch up with fitness and mental health and the workplace and all those things and how they impact each other, which I've been talking about for many years. All right. Having said that, I also want to mention that when it comes to wellness and fitness in the workplace, if employers aren't doing their part, the employees more than likely are not going to do their part, and you're going to continue to experience problems as a result. Right now, I just want to mention some of the benefits of exercise and the workplace and why employers should be implementing workplace wellness programs. First and foremost, cognition. Studies show that exercise improves a person's ability to concentrate and focus on whatever task they have at hand, especially tasks that require reading and comprehension and analyzing and things like that, things that most of us do on work, not to mention conversating and such. So concentration and focus is improved, meaning a person is going to learn faster under these circumstances. They're going to have a sharper memory, so they're going to remember what they have on their task list and perform better as a result. And they're going to be more creative, because the brain's functioning properly. The brain is alert. So it's important that we understand that there are a variety of ways in which exercise impacts a person's ability to perform well on the job and ultimately helping the employer's bottom line. The next thing I want to mention, because I'm going to talk about 11 different benefits of exercise. There's many more. I'm just going to cover 11 of them today. So the second one is less stress. Exercise helps to reduce stress. Exercise is a coping skill. And not only is it a coping skill, it is a very healthy coping skill. One of the best, if not the best, coping skill for health, overall health, mental and physical health. Because think about this. When it comes to stress, for most of us, especially those of us that are dealing with all of the daily stressors of our jobs, in addition to that, sitting at a computer all day, your neck and your shoulders and your back, you end up having a lot of different physical ailments as a result of your job, not to mention the stress of meeting deadlines and sometimes being critiqued and all the other things that go with stress at work. There's a lot of challenges. Most people's job is challenging. At least most of us want our jobs to be challenging. But sometimes it can be challenging to the extent that you feel like you're not coping well. So it's important that we understand that a person's overall health and productivity at work can sometimes be stressed. And in fact, like I said, work can be most people's biggest stressor in their lives. And so, there's circumstances outside of work that contribute to that, and we're not talking about that today. We're specifically talking about the stress related to work. So when we can exercise, we help to regulate the stress hormones and such in the body, which is going to reduce the likelihood that we lose the ability to cope with that work-related stress. So exercise is good for mental health and physical health. But like I said, today we are just talking about the physical part, the fitness and the physical component. So now, the next thing I want to talk about is my third benefit of exercise in the workplace is disease prevention. Okay? Exercise is scientifically proven to help prevent disease and manage illness when it occurs. A lot of what we deal with medically these days is a result of buildup of toxicity in the body, toxicity and inflammation. And exercise helps us to release toxins in our bodies. When we're sweating and we're breathing properly, we are excreting and releasing a great deal of toxicity and inflammation that may build up, or at least preventing that buildup during that process. The fourth thing that I want to talk about is improved heart health and improved cardiovascular health. Exercise is not always about losing weight. We have to remember that exercise is also about improving our health and adding years to our life. In fact, a lot of people exercise and don't lose weight because 80% of weight loss is really based on nutrition, whether or not we get enough sleep and drink enough water and keep our stress level down. Exercise really helps us to build and shape our physique. So cardiovascular and heart health. And I've already given you 4 of the benefits so far, 4 out of 11. Improved concentration and cognition, reducing stress, disease prevention, and improved heart health and cardiovascular health. All right? So those are the 4 that I've given so far. So the 5th one I want to talk about is, of course, fewer obesity-related conditions and illnesses. The extent to which our country and our healthcare system deals with obesity-related illnesses, diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and the list goes on and on and on. The numbers, the dollars are extremely high, much more than most other countries. Now, of course, we can blame that on other things, our food supply and such. And of course, there's been some changes there over the decades. Some of us mention genetics, and of course, that is a factor. But we have to be very careful about convincing ourselves that that's where it comes from. It comes from daily unhealthy choices. That's where obesity comes from. Now, are there some other factors that contribute to obesity? Absolutely. You can get my book, Nurture Your Body. I talk about all that stuff in that book. It's available at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. And that book is strictly on preventing obesity. Talks about, and it's also about improving your health. So there's a lot of foods in there that I mentioned that help to improve health. And there's a lot of foods in there that I mentioned that help to reduce weight. So just remember that a lot of foods actually help improve our overall health, and some help to deteriorate our health. I always say that what we eat is either causing life or death. But once again, I want to stick to the fitness part today. We'll talk much more about nutrition and mental health moving forward because they're all directly related to each other. Earlier, you're just going to be less prone to catching all the bugs and viruses and stuff that are going on around the office when you're exercising frequently. And of course, nutrition goes with that, and proper sleep. The next thing is fewer trips to the doctor. All right. The healthcare industry states that 70 to 90% of healthcare spending is due to unhealthy lifestyle choices. That means being sedentary, not getting enough sleep, dehydration and not drinking enough water, not moving, all of those things, smoking excessively, drinking excessively, overeating and eating the wrong foods. Those are poor, unhealthy choices that result in poor health. And 70 to 90% of what our healthcare system sees in their offices and in their facilities is related to that. So that's an issue that we have to stop ignoring. All right. And then the next thing is fewer absences from work. Hey, when we're healthy and we're feeling good, we're going to miss fewer days of work. So you can imagine how that impacts an employer's bottom line when the employees are not coming to work. So you want your employees to be healthy, and because you want them to come to work. All right. And that brings me to my very next point, which is energy. You're going to have increased energy. Getting enough exercise. People think exercise makes you tired. It's the exact opposite. You might be tired when you're doing it, but after you're done doing it, your resting heart rate improves, your ability to burn calories improves, your mood improves, and you're just going to have more energy throughout the day. All right. And you're going to be more alert, like I mentioned earlier, because you're going to be able to concentrate and you're going to have more energy. Therefore, you're going to be more productive at work. So you want to make sure that that is occurring, that you're getting all of that good exercise so that you are able to focus and perform well at work. It's Money Monday, so of course, we're talking about the place where we make our money. So we are going over 11 benefits of exercise on the workplace, and why it's important for employers to implement employee wellness programs. And so far, I've given you 9 of the 11. And so the next 2 that I want to talk about, number 10 is better sleep. And part of this is due to the fact that, people that exercise, research shows that they tend to get better sleep at night. And guess what happens when we sleep better at night? We have more energy throughout the day. We feel better throughout the day. Our mood is elevated throughout the day. And when we sleep better, we have more energy and we have an elevated mood. More than likely, we are going to communicate with other people in a healthier manner. More than likely, we're going to have a more positive attitude or outlook on life. More than likely, we're going to be more productive. We're going to get more stuff done. And we're just going to enjoy life a little bit more. So doing this exercise thing, guys, it is something that you should not take lightly because it impacts every single aspect of your life, especially your performance on the job. And employers, I know we do a lot of training on the different skills and such to make sure that your employees know how to do their job effectively and properly and thoroughly. But it is also critical that you train your employees on health, on living a healthy lifestyle, all right? And I can help you out with that. If you want somebody that is experienced in fitness and nutrition and mental health, you'll definitely want to talk to me. If you want someone who has delivered more than 100 seminars and workshops and speaking engagements on living a healthy lifestyle, mental, physical, relationships, and all of those things, I am the person for the job. So let me know how I can help you. I'd be more than happy to help. And the last one, I just want to say, improve quality of life overall. Exercise is going to improve our quality of life, all right? And I'm not going to talk about all of the different ways that exercise improves a person's quality of life because we talk about fitness and nutrition on Fridays. That's our Fitness Friday, where we flex Friday. So I want to say that, but I just want to say that exercise or fitness or living a healthy lifestyle directly impacts your performance on the job and how much money each employer has to spend on healthcare costs. So let's make health and fitness a thing, a normal thing on the job. And let's get some people into your work site to help your employees to learn how to live a healthy lifestyle. I can tell you over 50 different employers that I have presented such training to. And if you want that information, I can certainly provide that for you. If you need someone to come in and speak with your employees about wellness in the workplace, give me a call. We are on a mission to ensure that we all have access to a healthy workplace. My name is Carmel. That's all I have for today. I'll see you soon.